Okay, now we have a little bit of entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Now, we have a very special performance from someone who was a JLGB volunteer and a Gold Duke of Edinburgh Award winner. Can we have a, ooh, not bad. Yes, now this young man is also a professional magician. He's performed all over the UK. It tells me here that he has also played in places such as Italy, Germany, India, China, Hong Kong, Dubai, the USA, and of course, Israel. Now we're very lucky to have him here with us tonight, so please, a very special welcome to a man with a magic touch. Ladies and gentlemen, Sacha!
Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. In case you were trying to work it out, I'm Sacha. That's just the band. As Colin mentioned, I am a JLGB volunteer and also a Gold Duke of Edinburgh's Award holder. And when I'm not presenting JLGB award ceremonies, I also happen to be a professional magician. So we thought it might be a good idea if we did a little bit of magic this evening. Does that sound like a good idea? Yeah? We don't have to if you don't want to. Does it sound like a good idea? Okay, great. I'm going to start with a bit of a cheeky question. This is a question that I always like to start with. Does anyone in the audience got any cash on them that I could borrow? Perhaps a 10, a 20, the bigger the... I see a hand over there. I'm going to come down into the audience. Just so you know, guys, when I was participating in my Bronze Duke of Edinburgh's Award, I actually used magic as my skill, right? So it just goes to show that the Duke of Edinburgh's Award really does increase your chances of employability. If you take on a skill for your DOV award, maybe you'll be standing here presenting the awards in a few years' time. So we've got a volunteer over here. I saw you. I do actually happen to know you. Dan, how are you? This is Dan Rickman, everybody, CEO of Ort UK. How are you, Dan?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Do you have some money on you? I saw your hand went straight up in the air. Fantastic.
I did borrow this from my wife, so if there's any issues, I'm not going to...
Okay, fantastic. Can we get a mic over here? We've got a Tim or a Mira. Can we get a mic over to Dan? Dan, do me a favor, just sign your name on that £10 note for me. I need you to make sure that if I were to show you another £10 note, I need you to be confident that you could tell the difference between your one and my one, and we've got a mic over here as well. Mira, do you want to come stand?
Hopefully it's working. Yes, it is.
Brilliant. I believe we've got a camera over here, and we have a camera. Fantastic. Okay, fantastic. Dan Rickman. Now, it's pretty fair to say this is the only £10 note in the world that looks like this. Can we agree on that?
Absolutely.
Unless, of course, you make a habit of signing all of your cash down.
No, absolutely.
No? I'm not here to judge. Each to their own. Watching closely. Can we get nice? We can see that on the camera just about. Watching closely, guys. Have a good look. Now, it's pretty fair to say this is the only £10 note in the world that looks like this, right?
No one else has got that bad handwriting.
There we go, fantastic. The most commonly asked question I get as a magician is, can you double my bank account? Watching closely, unfortunately, Dan, I can't do that. But what I can do is I can take your 10, I can fold it in half once, can fold it in half twice, I'm going to fold that in half 3 times. If you watch closely, you'll actually see the colour change from orange to green. Now, what that means, Dan, is you've lost £5.
Yeah.
However, everybody else has seen a fantastic magic trick, and I'd say that's worth it, right? So everybody, a round of applause for Dan. And I tell you what, Dan, we're actually going to count that as a £5 donation towards JLGB. So if you want to follow Dan's example, I believe we've actually got a text. You can actually text JLGB, what is it, JLGB 5? Maybe it's going to come up on the screen. It'll come up in a moment. But if you want to donate just like Dan, then feel free to follow his example. A true leader, everybody. Thank you very much, Dan Rickman. Now, I'm gonna stay in the audience. I'm going to do a little bit of an experiment. We're going to do a bit of mind reading this evening. Have we met before?
No.
What's your name?
Beth.
Beth, could you do me a favor, Beth? I've got a notepad here. Beth, what I'd like you to do, could you just jot down a 4-digit number for me at the top of the notepad? Anyone you like, just a 4-digit number, anyone there. Just the first one that comes to mind. Fantastic. That was very good. And if you wouldn't mind, if you could just write a 4-digit number just underneath that one. We're going to get a few here. Any 4-digit number, just write that underneath. Fantastic. Your name's Sacha as well, isn't it? I knew that. And if you could do a 4-digit number for me, anyone you like, just a 4-digit number underneath. First one that comes to your mind. I want it to be completely random. Don't think too much. Fantastic. And we'll do one more over here. If you wouldn't mind, could you just do any 4-digit number? 4-digit number underneath.
Hi, Sacha.
Hi, how are you? Have we met? Yeah. Nice to see you again. Okay, fantastic. If you could just recap the pen for me as well. These Sharpies are expensive. I don't want the ink drying out on me. Okay, fantastic. Now what I'm going to do, has anyone got an iPhone on them or an Android? Someone with a calculator? Anybody do we have calculators on Androids? So you put your hand up. Have you got a calculator on your phone? Could you do me a favor? What I need you to do is I need you to just add up these 4 numbers for me, and I want you to write the total just underneath, okay? Feel free to check it. You can take the pen for me as well. Feel free to check it a couple of times. It's important that that number is spot on. So if you need to check it once or twice through, you're more than welcome to do that. Now, here's what's going to happen, guys. In a moment, we're going to do a little bit of mind reading. Now, there are 2 ways to read somebody's mind. The first way is to read somebody's facial expression, body language, that kind of thing, to try and determine exactly what's going on inside your head. The second way is for me to subliminally plant a number in your head, or an idea, or a color, for example, and then I ask you, I would say, for example, think of a color, name a color for me, you say red, and what you don't realize is I've actually planted that color inside your head without you even realizing. Does that make sense? We're not going to do that because that's far too difficult. We're going to do the first way, okay? But in the meantime, I've got here, what's your name, sorry? Alex, could you do me a favor? I've got an envelope here. It says, do not open until instructed by Sacha. I'd like to follow these instructions. In fact, Alex, if you could stand up for me, you can sit on that envelope, keep it nice and warm. We'll come back to that later. In the meantime, have you added up the numbers? Haven't yet? Okay, take your time, that's fine. We're here all night, don't worry. You can use a calculator, you don't have to do this in your head. Here's what's going to happen. In a moment, I'm going to throw out this deck of cards into the audience. If you catch the cards, I'd like you to stand up. You're going to hold your hand out nice and flat. You're going to place the cards flat on the palm of your hand. You're going to take your other hand, you're going to place it on top. And with your thumb, you're going to flick through the cards, looking away. Whenever you're happy, you're going to stop. You're going to look at the card, remember it, and then close the cards again. Now, it's very important that you don't look at the cards as you're flicking through. Why do I say that? I don't want you to be influenced by any preconceived ideas you might have. You might have a favorite card, you might have a lucky number, you might have a least favorite card. I need this to be completely random. So you're going to stand up, you're going to hold your hand flat, other hand on top, look away, flick through, look at the card, remember it, and then shut the cards. Don't show the person next to you either, because if I start trying to read your mind, I don't want them to react, I don't want them to gasp if I come close. Does that make sense? Yes, you're nodding, that makes sense. Have we got the number? Have you added up the total? What's the number? 18,000. I tell you what I'm going to do. I've got here a notepad. If you wouldn't mind, could you pass me the Sharpie? I'm just going to write this nice and big and bold so everyone can hear. Tim, can we get the mic? Perfect. Could you read it out for me?
18,919.
18,919. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you this piece of paper. Can you look after that for me? I'll take the notepad back from you. We don't need that. We're going to put that away. Okay, fantastic. We'll come back to that shortly. Okay, lovely. So we're going to come back to the cards. I'm going to throw the deck of cards out into the audience. As I mentioned, if you catch the cards, I'd like you to stand up, hold it flat in the palm of your hand. So I don't want to throw it too far. Anybody? You've got to be able to catch it. Okay, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. Yes, in the black top. Ready? Fantastic. Okay, good catch. Stand up for me, if you will. I want you to hold the cards face down in the palm of your hand, face down. Very good. With your other hand, use your thumb to flick through. Without looking at the cards, just stop wherever you're happy in a random place. Once you're happy, stop. Look at the card. Remember that card. Don't pull it out, just look at it. You got it? Remember it and throw the cards back to me. It's important that you remember the card, okay? You remember the card, yes? Otherwise, this isn't very entertaining for anyone, okay? Great. We're going to do this one more time. Somebody on this table, we're going to throw the cards. Anybody? Yes, fantastic, ready? Oh, almost, so close. Okay. Okay, if you could stand up for me. Again, stand up so everyone can see. Hold the cards flat in your hand, look away, flick through the cards, stop in a random place, glance at the card, remember the card, shut the deck, throw it back to me. Fantastic, we're gonna do it one more time over here. Yeah, I saw your hand go up straight away, the blonde hair. Yeah, ready, you gonna catch it? Good catch, fantastic. Stand up for me. Same thing again, look away, flick through the cards, look at the card, you stop that, remember it, you remember the card, and throw the cards back to me. Now, catching it is actually the hardest part, so now that's out of the way, I think we can give these guys a round of applause. Fantastic. Now, here's what's going to happen. If you caught the cards, could you stand up for me, please? Stand up if you caught the cards. I'm going to try now and read your minds. Like I said, using purely the power of my mind, I'm going to try and read your body language, your facial expression, to determine what's going on inside your head. So it's very important you try to give nothing away. Don't smile, don't blink, don't nod, don't wink. If I ask you a question, try not to react, okay? Could we get a microphone over to this gentleman over here, please? And one to the, okay, we'll start with this lady here. First of all, what's your name, sorry?
Jodie.
Jodie?
Yeah.
Jodie, could you just repeat after me? Black, red, black, red, black, red.
Black, red, black, red, black, red.
Okay. Fantastic. And we'll go over to the gentleman over here. Could you just repeat after me? Clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds.
Clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds.
Do that one more time. Just stand up nice and straight for me and look at me. One more time. Looking at me. Hands by your sides. Hands by your sides. One more time. Looking at me. Have you done this before?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Let's do it again.
Clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds.
Okay. That was easy. I wish they were all that easy. That'd be brilliant. And we're going to do one more over here. The gentleman over here. One more time. Just stand up nice and straight for me. Hands by your sides. I'd like you to repeat after me. I want you to count from ace through to king. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king. When you're ready.
Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king.
Do me a favor. Just say black, red for me.
Black, red, black, red.
Okay, great. Okay, here's what's going to happen. I think I've got 3 cards. Whether or not they're the cards that you chose is another question. We're going to find out in a second. If you guys could remain standing for me. Remain standing. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to read out 3 cards. If I name your card, I'd like you to sit down. Now, if one of these 3 sits down, I think we can agree that'd be reasonably impressive, right? Some might say that would warrant a round of applause, perhaps. Maybe. If I get 2 of these cards right, if 2 of them sit down, that's got to deserve a whoop whoop at the very least. Yes? Can I have a whoop whoop? Thank you. If all 3 of them sit down, I think we can agree there is no possible explanation for this other than the fact that I just read your minds and we just performed an absolute miracle here. Can we agree on that? Yeah. So if all 3 of them sit down, everyone is going to go absolutely crazy. Can I have absolutely crazy? Okay, I'm hoping you're going to do better than that. But here's what's going to happen. Guys, if I name your card, please just sit down. I have here the 2 of spades, the 3 of clubs, and the queen of hearts. 1, 2, 3, yes, they've all sat down, fantastic! Wow. Okay, now we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to call someone up on stage, a very special VIP celebrity guest we have here with us this evening. If everybody could please put their hands together for TV presenter and DJ Ashley James. And can we get a microphone to Ashley, please? Hi, Ashley, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Hi, everyone.
We haven't met before. We haven't rehearsed this, guys. We're literally meeting for the first time. I'd love to do the small talk, but we can do that later. Yeah. Ashley, here's what's going to happen. We're going to try and up the stakes a little bit, okay? Reading people's minds with numbers, with cards, with symbols, some might say that's not so impressive. So we're going to make it a little bit more difficult this time. We're going to do it with words. Yeah. Okay, I have here a notepad with me. And we don't have a camera up on stage with us, but you can see that I've written in the notepad different cities from around the world. If you could just read a few of these out.
Vienna, Budapest, Tokyo, Amsterdam, Lisbon,
Seoul, Taipei, Abu Dhabi, New York, Cusco, Dubai, Milan, Sao Paulo, Sydney, different cities from all around the world. Yeah. Here's what I want you to do. I'm going to ask you to hold your hand out nice and flat for me. You're going to place the book on top. You're going to sandwich the book like this, and similarly to with the cards, you're going to use your thumb to flick through. I'll take the microphone from you. I can take your phone as well.
I was told I need it.
Later.
Okay.
I'll pop that down there. You're going to flick through the book, and when you're happy, you're just going to look at the city that you've stopped at. I want you to look away, similarly to before. I don't want you to be influenced by any, you might have a favorite city. So just look away, flick through. When you're happy, you've stopped in a random place. Look at the city. I'm going to turn around to make sure I can't see. Once you've registered, also take your time, make sure you can read my handwriting. Yeah. Make sure you can read what you've got a city in mind, yes? You have a city in mind? You got one? Okay, oh great, that was quick. I'll take the book back from you. And we're going to place these over here just like that, and you could take the microphone for me. Here's what's going to happen. Now just tell me, is this a city that you're familiar with?
Yes.
Have you been there before?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. From now on, I don't want you to answer out loud. I just want you to answer in your head. Can you do that for me? Damn Damn it, she got me. Okay, fine. But also don't nod or shake your head because that makes it easier. There you go, you said yes. Finally, I got it. Okay, great. Here's what we're going to do. I want you to imagine that you're in that city. Imagine that you're sitting there, say, in a cafe, perhaps. Imagine you're having a coffee, having a meal. Imagine what kind of cuisine there would be. Imagine what the smell's like. Imagine the language. Imagine the sights, the sounds. Really picture yourself in that city. If you could stand up nice and straight for me. Picture yourself there and just keep your eyes open. I'm going to list through the continents. When I get to the continent that your city is in, please do not react, okay? North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australasia, Antarctica. It's not Antarctica, is it? Is it a European city? Is it a European city?
Can I say yes or no?
Yeah, go on, you can answer.
Yes.
It is a European city. Okay, great. I'm going to list through some cities. Sorry, I'm going to list through some countries. When I get to the country that your city is in your head, say yes. Okay? So we'll go with Russia, Italy, Germany, Poland, Czechoslovakia. Is that even a country anymore? I don't think it is it? The Czech Republic, England, Ireland, France, Spain, Netherlands. I think I've named the country. Okay, here's what's going to happen. I want you to think of the first letter. Just think of the first letter of that city. Just the first letter. Okay, very good. I think we've got it. Actually, if I name your city right now, you're allowed to say yes. Okay? If I happen to get this city right, guys, I think we can agree that'd be quite impressive, right? It's going to warrant a round of applause, maybe. Maybe a whoop whoop, yes? Actually, for the first time out loud, is your city Barcelona?
Yes.
Is Barcelona fantastic? Now, very quickly, just because I'm being prompted that we've got to hurry this up. I mentioned to you earlier that there are two ways to read people's minds. The first way is for me to read your body language, your facial expression. That's what I've been doing so far. We've got a little bit of time, so I'm going to go out on a whim here. I want you to name me a number between 1 and 100, anyone you like.
67.
67. Okay, now you can stick with 67 or you can change your mind. It's completely up to you. You can change your mind if you like, or you can stick with 67.
No, I'll stick with it.
You want to stick with 67? Are you sure?
Yeah.
The last thing I want is for you to look back on this moment and think, what would happen if I had to pick 65?
I'm happy.
67.
67, yeah.
Have a look. Okay, I've got my phone here. I'm just going to unlock. Can we get a camera up on stage? I'm going to open up my notes app, and you'll see I've got a list of 100 celebrities that I've saved in my phone. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor, Ashley? I'm going to hold the phone nice and still. Can you just read a few of these out loud for me so everybody can hear?
So we've got Michael Jackson, Tom Hanks, Kim Kardashian, Frank Sinatra, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Let's go down to number 67. Who's number 67?
Is Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill. And now, to your knowledge, from what you can see, are any two celebrities the same?
No.
They're all individual.
very
No two are
different.
duplicated, right? 67.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wish
fantastic.
I went 92 now.
Well, you shoulda, woulda, coulda. Never mind. Before this began, I gave you a prediction, right? Can I take that from you, please? Ashley, if you wouldn't mind, I'll take the mic from you for just a second. Can you confirm, first of all, that it is sealed?
Sealed.
Open it up for me. And I'd like you to read in a nice, loud, clear voice exactly what it says on the piece of paper. I'll hand the microphone back to you. In fact, I'll hold it for you.
Okay, Sacha, but before I read your prediction, may I just say how much I've enjoyed your show so far. You really are a fantastic musician.
That's very kind of you, Ashley.
Is it true you're available for weddings and bar mitzvahs?
I tell you what, take my card. We can discuss business later. But for now, just read what it says on the paper because we're a bit short on time.
Okay, I'll carry on reading. Before Sacha came on stage this evening, he made a prediction. Follow at Sacha Magic on Instagram to see what he predicted.
Actually, you brought your phone up with you, right?
I have,
Do you want to grab your phone for me? Have you got Instagram on your phone?
I do.
In fact, guys, you can all do this in the audience as well. If you have Instagram, you can follow me at Sacha Magic, SACHAMAGIC. You'll notice that I uploaded a picture. Can we get the camera back over here as well? My most recent Instagram upload is actually a picture that I took, a selfie that I took in the dressing room earlier this evening. We're going to start to hear some murmurs in the audience. Is that me? We'll see. Depends how good the internet is.
Could all go wrong.
Yeah, could all go. Does anybody have it loaded? There we go. We're slowly getting there.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves in the meantime. So has anybody got it loaded on their screen that we can quickly come to?
Here we go.
You can open up that picture there. You'll actually see, that's a selfie of me in the dressing room earlier. Behind me, you'll notice there is actually a poster of Winston Churchill. Not only that, I'm also wearing a Barcelona football shirt, and I have 3 cards in my hand the 3 cards that were chosen earlier this evening, the 2 of spades, the 3 of clubs, and the Queen of hearts, everybody. Guys, please let's have a big hand for Ashley James as she makes her way back to her seat. Thank you very much. Now, very, very quickly, I've got to wrap this up really quickly. I feel a bit guilty because Dan's been shortchanged. So, Dan, you'll notice this whole time, and in fact, Dan, do you want to come up and join me for a second? You'll notice this whole time inside my jacket pocket, I've had something just for you. It's that's actually a business card. You want to take that? Maybe you've got a fundraiser coming up with
Annual
all.
dinners,
You might need a
yeah,
magician,
yeah.
annual dinner. Give me a call. I can deduct £5 from my fee, and we'll call it quits.
Great.
Sound good?
Deal.
I'm joking with you. Have a look. You'll notice I've had my wallet with me this whole time. Inside my wallet, you'll notice there is a zipped compartment. Inside the zipped compartment, you'll see there's an envelope, a sealed envelope. Check that out for me, Dan. Make sure it's genuinely sealed. Open it up for me. If inside the sealed envelope, that was inside the zipped compartment, that was inside my wallet, that's been inside my jacket pocket this entire time, if that is your signed £10 note, everyone is going to go absolutely crazy. Is that the one, Dan?
It is.
Fantastic! Thank you very much. Guys, thank you so much once again. My name is Sacha. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Oh, one more thing. If you could just stand up and hold the number. Hold the number. Earlier, we got 4 people to add 4 random numbers. Hold it up so everybody can see. If you notice, guys, turn around for me. That's not 18,919. That's actually the 18th of September, 2019. Hold up so everybody can see. That's today's date, everybody. Guys, thank you so much once again. My name is Sacha. Congratulations to everybody who's won an award. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, give it up for Sacha Magic!